Hello, distinction students. This is your tutor, Miss Zulu. Welcome to today's commerce session where we're going to look at business units. But before I get into that, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more sessions. So, what are business units? So, these are different teams within a particular company or an organization that handle specific tasks. Okay, so there are two types of business units, namely private sector and public sector. So under the private sector, we have the sole trader, we have partnership, private limit company, public limit company, cooperative society. And then under the public sector, we have the central government, the local government. So let us look at the private sector. So a private sector is a business owned or controlled by a private individuals in which the government has no say. Okay, so now we look at the sole trader. So a sole trader is a business person who owns and controls his or her own business, right? So let us look at the advantages of this trader. So it is easy to set up. It requires little capital to start up a business. So it's suitable for many different businesses, right? Meaning this person can have different other businesses, right? And then the business offers flexibility. What do we mean by this? So meaning this person can easily switch to any other different business, right? So it has self-interest to work hard for the success of the business. Does not share profits with anyone. So because it's owned by this particular person, so those profits belongs to that person and they don't share it with anyone. It keeps secret the affairs of the business. Since it's a private owned business, right? So the public doesn't have to know the affairs of that particular business. So has unlimited liability. So when you talk about unlimited liability, this is where a person is found in a situation where they have financial difficulties and hence they end up getting personal or selling personal properties in order to raise money to settle the business, okay, or the debts of the business, right? So he lacks continuity of existence, meaning if this person dies, the business will end because there's no one to continue that particular business. Has little capital for business expansion, has no separation legal status. So this means he can be sued or he can sue at individual capacity, right? So let us look at partnership. A partnership is an association of people who have agreed to run the business together with a view to make profit. So there are two types of partnership, namely ordinary and limited. So when we're talking about ordinary partnership, this is a type of business structure where two or more individuals come together to run a business, and then these people share profits, they share losses as well as responsibilities, right? So some of the characteristics of this ordinary partnership: they have an unlimited liability, they take active part in the running of the business, they are responsible for the debts of the business. At least one limited partner is allowed in the ordinary partnership. Let us look at the limited partnership. So when you talk about limited partnership, these have the limited liability and typically contribute capital but have less involvement in the day-to-day operations, right? This is a limited partner. So the characteristics of this person is they do not usually take active part in the running of the business, right? So limited partners are allowed to be included in the partners by the Partnership Act of 1907. They may be included in the partnership because they contributed a large part of the business. Let us talk about the advantages of a partnership. So more capital is raised than that of a sole trader, right? So the business greatly benefits from the experiences of all partners, because this is like different people coming together to form a company with that partnership. So people come with different ideas of their experiences, right? A partnership is easy to start up. There is division of labor in partnership. Financial accounts are not known to the public because it belongs to this particular group of people, so it's not known to the public. Let us look at the disadvantages of a partnership. So partners have unlimited liability except from limited partners, okay? A partnership lacks continuity of existence, like we said, where when they die, then there's no one to take up the business, right? A partnership has no separate legal existence. A partnership has limited capital and lack borrowing capacity. There is disagreement and quarrels. So most of the times when people come together to form a partnership, obviously there will be disagreements, there will be times where people would even think of separating, there will be quarrels and so on and so forth. Let us look at private limited companies. A private limited company is a type of business organization that is privately owned. It has limited liability, which means that the owner's personal assets are protected if the company faces financial difficulties. It's a popular choice for small and medium-sized businesses, okay? So let us look at the advantages of this private limited company. So all shareholders have limited liability, right? So these people, when we talk about limited liability, we're talking about limited partners that do not share their personal properties to pay their business, right? These people don't have to sell their personal properties in order to pay in case the business has gone down or it has debts, right? Continuity of company existence even after death of the shareholder. So meaning for this one, the business continues even after the people that started it die, okay? So has separate legal existence from shareholders who formed it. Has more capital because of more shareholders, more borrowing capacity. So these people have the capacity to borrow. Contracts made on behalf of the business are entered into the name of the company. Financial accounts are not advertised to the public but kept privately. Remember, it's a private limited company, right? Let us look at the disadvantages of a private limited company. So shares cannot be offered for sale to the general public. There is restriction on the transfer of shares. There are more formalities in forming the company, right? There are also more formalities in the running of the company. So separation between shareholders and people managing the company may lead to conflicts, okay? There might be misunderstandings, okay, or quarrels there. Shares of a private limited company are not sold on the stock exchange. Let us look at a public limited company. A public limited company, also known as PLC, is a type of business organization that offers its shares to the public. It can be listed on a stock exchange, allowing anyone to buy and sell its shares. So typically, they have more regulations and reporting requirements, right, compared to the private limited company. So let us look at the advantages of this public limited company. All shareholders have limited liabilities. Remember, limited liabilities is where they do not sell their personal properties in order to settle the debts of the business, right? Has greater borrowing capacity, has continuity of existence even if an important shareholder dies. So even if someone dies, they still continue, the business still goes on, right? Shares are sold to the general public, enjoys great economies of scale. Shares are sold at the stock exchange. It is able to take over the requirements of the business. Disadvantages of a limited company: has more costs and more legal formalities in forming information. May be taken over if another company buys 51% of the shares, right? Publication of financial accounts for public inspection reduces privacy. So there is no privacy because everything is brought to the public. Even the financial accounts are brought to the public, right? Management of public limited company becomes difficult as the company grows in size. Separation between shareholders and the people managing the company may lead to conflicts with shareholders. So there might be quarrels and disagreements there, right? more formalities in running the business. Okay, so now we look at the public sector. So the public sector comprises businesses owned and controlled by the central government and the local government. So when we talk about the local government, businesses run on behalf of the part of the country, right? For example, I would say a city or a district. So for central government, businesses run on behalf of the whole nation. For example, ZESCO services are offered to the whole population. Central government also controls nationalized industries, okay? So let us look at the advantages of public sector. So profits made are used to develop the country by constructing infrastructure, okay, creates employment to a number of people in the country. So yes, when we talk about the public sector, these are things that are used by the entire country, and therefore it creates employment, serves the public even in areas where business may not be good. It is a source of income to the government, therefore may help in the reduction of tax. They enjoy great economies of scale because they are usually big, okay? So these companies are big. So we'll talk of ZESCO, and for example, I'll give of ZESCO, which is a very big company. It gives money to the country, employment to the people, okay? And it also supplies us with electricity, right? Then large-scale production is possible. Let us look at the disadvantages of public sector. So it is difficult to manage because of the large size, because these companies are large, right? So it is very difficult to manage. Decisions may be delayed due to too much bureaucracy and red tape, right? So losses made in public operations are paid by tax payers. There is inefficiency and poor performance due to there's like bad attitude, right? They don't care attitude. There's I don't care attitude. Anyone can do whatever they want there because people think because it's a government institution or company. Performance of public operations is affected because of political interferences. When the government takes over, most of the private businesses, foreign investors may be scared away, okay? So thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more sessions.